Hello everybody! We are back and about to witness the very first tribal council of the merge. Obviously always a huge and pivotal tribal council in any season of Survivor. This tribal council has a twist. There are only 6 players vulnerable due to the black spot twist. Alyssa, Daniel, Michael, Sarah, and Kyle M, the only ones vulnerable. Everyone filing in now. Alyssa, Sarah, Kyle F, Kyle M, Sarah, Bennett, Kelsey, Nina, Declan, Bobby, Jordan, Michael, and Daniel. If you did not see the announcement, this is your look at the merge tribe.
All right, a merge tribe. How does it feel? All right, Michael. So pre-merge, I come in here and I go, hey, is anyone worried about the black spot? And everyone goes, black spot what? Black spot who? And yet it rears its ugly head here, and you're sitting here as one of 6 people that's not immune. So do you regret some of the choices you made in the pre-merge at all?
Funnily, I'm going to say no. I always want to play a game and be a villain, and I'm like, it's going to be so much fun and screw everyone and slice their throats, and I say I'm not, I can do it, I know I can't. So, Sarah and I have been, where is she? Have been on a tribe the entire time. We always got swapped together, and I don't know if I got the numbers, but I sure could have tried to get her out several times, and I told her I wouldn't do it, and I didn't do it. So if me not screwing her sends me out, that's just who I am. Sucks, but leopard didn't change the stripes. That doesn't make sense. Leopard didn't change the spots.
Leopards probably also don't change their stripes. Sarah, on the other side of that, that's obviously, great to hear from him that he wasn't going after you. Do you regret, you didn't have chances over the last, few rounds, but even earlier than that, you might have.
Yeah, no, he might not believe it, but I do agree with him. There probably could have been opportunities myself as well, where I could have made an attempt or tried to throw a challenge these last couple rounds or anything like that and tried to target Michael, and I didn't. It's just we're in a different phase of the game now.
Yeah. Kyle, so how did it...
Oh,
Kyle, Sarah knew that I was talking to Sarah. Kyle, so how did it go as soon as we told you you emerged and gave you kind of the breakdown that we weren't going to do a challenge? This is it. You had your 3 days to earn immunity. You haven't. But how did it go when people started splitting off? Was it the original tribes that you came here with? Was it the swap tribe at 21? Was it the newest tribe that you were just on with the 8 people? Where did you go to first, or where did you see people pairing off to first?
Yeah, I think it was chaos from the start. I think I imagined the merge being a happy time where we all sit together, hopefully get some food, but we all just kind of splintered off and started talking strategy right away. I think the tribes have swapped so many times, all the lines are so blurred that it's so hard to know exactly where people actually stand with each other, because they've been building relationships over the past 2-3 days, and so it's hard to know for sure. So you just have to trust that the relationship that you've built, people are giving you honest info back.
Okay, I'll go to the other Kyle now. So eager to chat with me. How far ahead are you looking? There's 13 of you left. It's a long game to play. We're not even to the quote-unquote halfway point, but it's now an individual game yet again. How far ahead are you playing?
I feel like you're kind of foolish if you're not thinking as far ahead as you can, but also at the same time just trying to be as much in the moment as possible so you can really figure out what's going on and whatever decision you're making, how that's going to impact going forward. So you have to be thinking of both at the same time, and that's what makes this such a complicated game, but also like a fun game, because the ending has so many different possibilities And so does like even what's going to happen right now, that you have to really focus on each move, each person you speak with, and what it's going to, the outcome could be.
Yeah. Sarah, you know, you're one of 6 people that would have their names written down at the tribal council. Have you heard your name going around, and if so, what did you do to kind of stop that conversation from happening?
I personally have not. I feel like it's been a lot of blue names today. If my name has been spoken, then good job. I haven't heard it, so. But other than that, I mean, I've just been trying to make connections with people as much as I can. Like some people I literally just met, trying to make those connections with them. That's really all I can do, and I think, like I say, every single tribal council, all I can do is hope for the best, honestly.
Yeah, so Alyssa, Sarah mentions that it's only been the blue names coming out. You are one of the 4 blue names that could come out, and if we look over at the board, you know, you can do some quick math that there's 6 original blue members left in the game. There's 13 of us. That is not a majority. Is that something that you're really worried about here?
I think blue definitely where we had the most amount of people left, I think definitely makes us a target. I mean, I've heard multiple names through strategizing. I've heard my name. I mean, it makes me a little bit nervous that I haven't built bonds with everybody, so that kind of does play a part in it as well. But I do think that everyone throwing the Blues names out there, that it is kind of, it's interesting. I think the votes are going to be very all over the place.
Yeah. Well, Kelsey, speak to that. I mean, obviously, you know, you have those original tribes, but how do you break past that? How do you get past kind of, hey, you know, I'm blue, I'm red, I'm gray, to, hey, you know, we can work together, just, you know, it doesn't need to be like that. How do you pitch that to people here?
Yeah, I mean, it's not surprising that it would be like that maybe if the first one or two, but I also think it would be silly to reduce this game down to just who you were paired up with originally, because Survivor's so much more than that. So I think that's how it's going to be for now, but I don't think that's how it's going to be forever. So hopefully the bonds I've made will carry me through the let's get blue out stage of the game.
Sure. Nita, yeah, Kelsey brings up a good point that there's more to Survivor than that. I mean, there is the whole factor of, you know, the final tribal council vote. So how do you personally balance the idea of, I don't want to be a threat, but I do need to do something enough to warrant votes at the end of this game?
I mean, how do I personally?
You personally, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me just get my own strategy can I not answer that question?
How do you recommend one does that?
Okay. Here's a tip, Ron. What you could do is, I don't know. I mean, there's like this perfect balance of threat versus not threat, but also there's so much luck involved. Like you could be not a threat, and all of a sudden, but you're with a threat, and then you're taken out. You could be a threat, and then you're taken out. Like there's a lot of luck involved. I think that's a big part of this game. It's not all strategy.
Definitely a lot of luck. Bennett, the other part of the individual game oftentimes is the challenge aspect. You know, as we turn towards individual immunities and things like that, do you think that the first couple votes here will be going after challenge threats?
I think it's being taken into account. I don't know that it's something that's necessarily at like the top of people's priority list. I think when people think about challenge threats, you tend to associate it with athleticism. But we're seeing challenges like carrying like a little tiny thing of water over a balance beam. You know, it's not things that you need to be looking at necessarily the most athletic person for, but I think it definitely is being considered, especially as we start to head into this individual immunity stage.
Yeah. Declan, you were one of the few people on that other tribe that didn't get to vote in this last kind of series of rounds. So how do you kind of try to build those bonds with those new people and build trust coming into in a very important vote like this without getting to kind of go to tribal council together as a group?
It's kind of like the answer I gave my last tribal council, which is that there's obviously you never know exactly who's with you and who's not with you until the names are written down and read aloud, but there is a lot of value in having that slightly less pressure time to build bonds, try and feel out what's really real and what is just game, and that doesn't mean that what's real is better for you necessarily than what's game, but knowing in your head what's what can be really, really helpful when you're looking down the line.
Yeah, definitely. Daniel, I mean, it seems like people were worried about the blue tribe, but you just went to 3 tribal councils. as an original Blue member and managed to survive. Is that something that you kind of had to explain when you got to this merge of, you know, how you made it through those rounds?
No one asked anything about that actually. I was left out of a lot of conversations today, which is fine. I do enjoy my own time actually. No, I'm just I'm taking things literally minute by minute because the pace of this game is so quick and things change on a dime. Like the relationships I thought I were really strong dissipated in a matter of like a 30-second decision, and new bonds had to be formed. So I'm just taking it moment by moment. I'm not thinking too far ahead. It really sucks that I'm again vulnerable in a pool of 6, but hopefully I can get through by the skin of my teeth once again because I have heard my name, but we'll find out soon.
Jordan, one of the 2 Blues that definitely didn't hear their name is yourself. So did you use this brief opportunity potentially, if Kelsey said it's the get the Blues out phase potentially of the game, this brief opportunity of safety to start making inroads and protecting yourself as we get to the next tribals?
Yeah, I think on a standard season where we have 2 tribes the entire time, that is definitely going to, staying strong is what you got to do. But in an opportunity where you do have to change tribes, swap tribes 2-3 times, you can't stay with the same strategy and continue all the way to the end in a really solid group of players. So I am definitely taking a lot of past relationships, current relationships into account, and I think that's exactly what everyone did today, and we're about to see where all the cards lay out.
Awesome. Well, unless anyone has any final words before we get to the vote, we'll get right to it. Sounds good. Let's get to the vote. We'll start left to right. We'll go with you, Daniel. Yep.
All right. They are going to head off to vote. What? Oh.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. I'm going to grab water before I head off with you guys. It is really, really, really hot right now. So I'm gonna hydrate while we have our chat.
No.
So, oh, I see that there is some sort of shelter situation, temporary shelter here at the tribal council. They are moments away from going and voting. We're trying to figure out the music situation as well. Our music guy has become our water boy, so you know. All right. All right. First person is about to maybe vote, but yeah. We'll just keep it here for a little bit.
Let us know. Raise your arms. That's great.
It is really, really hot today. Everyone trying to cover themselves. There's a breeze going. All right. No one's gone to vote yet, right? Okay, all right. So they now have to be quiet, which means we will now move along. Question, did they bring sunscreen? Yes, they were allowed to bring, oh, no, okay. Oh, there we go, good. So they were allowed to bring as much sunscreen and bug spray as they wanted to. We did not make them like only have like one little bottle or something. So they got to pack as much as they wanted to in their bags because obviously we don't want anyone getting heat stroke or like super bad burns or anything like that that could be preventable with sunscreen. So, oh, you know what's really nice about having a merged tribe is that now I can go anywhere and not be worried that a tribe is behind me and overhearing. How fun. Which means I'm going to go a little deeper here because the shade seems to be pulling back. Yeah, safety first. All right, what's the dish? So this is a little interesting. Obviously, it's the merge. Hang on, sorry. I'm going to drink water and like... I swear this is not product placement for Poland Spring, although maybe it should be. It would be fun to have sponsors. Okay, so they have merged. They asked if that meant that they were jury as soon as they merged, but they are not allowed to know if they are or not. So as soon as the jury phase starts, they will be informed at Tribal Council. So when that happens, obviously we will be live and showing you that. So you'll find out when jury starts. As we saw, usually Merge is like a super fun kumbaya, getting to like come all together, relax, have a feast. They didn't get that yet. They will actually be getting that after this vote. Because first they have to attend to business, which is they have to contend with the black spot twist. That is the twist that they knew about at the very beginning of the game, less than 5 minutes in. They were told that they would earn safety at the merge if the person they were paired up against was out of the game. The majority of the players managed to do that, but 6 pairs are vulnerable. So right now, every single person at the merge will be voting. However, they are only going to be able to vote for one of 6 people. So the only people that are vulnerable right now are 4 original blues. We have Michael, Sarah with an A, Daniel, and Alyssa. And we have 2 original gray tribe people in Sarah with an H and Kyle M. So as we heard Kelsey say, this appears to be the blue tribe phase of the game. So that is potentially one plan that's going on, is that gray and red would work together to get someone on blue out. It is possible that everyone just decides Daniel is too dangerous for either of their games. If you'll recall, Daniel went nuclear last round and threw all of his former blue tribe mates under the bus because they did not throw the challenge to protect him. In doing so, he revealed to his new tribe of gray and blue people all about the inner workings of the old blue tribe, who they were aligned with, what they were working on, what their plans were. So, you know, one school of thought is, well, neither group can really use him because he's shown the group that betrayed him that, you know, he's done with them, to the point where Kelsey went over to him to try and hug him as soon as they merged, and Daniel told her he didn't want to talk to her. Personally, I think that's a little bit of a missed opportunity, because the way to capitalize on this kind of decision is to act like everything's okay and then play double agent. You get sent out to your old tribe, you act like bygones are bygones, and you, sorry, someone texted me, and you get as much information as you can, and then you do with that what you will, whether you bring it back to this group of 5 that just kept you around, whether you use it throughout the game, because then you're kind of in the middle and can slide side to side. Daniel opted not to do that. He was very upset, and he made it clear that the blue people are pretty much dead to him. So whether that will work out or not remains to be seen. But also, obviously, the other side of that tribe, that 5 that kept him, they could see that, you know, once you cross him, he throws you right under the bus, and that's kind of a dangerous player to have around. So there is the school of thought that, well, we've gotten all this information from him, why don't we go ahead and go before he's more of a liability than an asset? But obviously, I mean, Daniel is as you saw, if you saw the camp life tour earlier this morning, Daniel has incredible charisma. He is super fun and like very hilarious, and I know on a personal level, a lot of people have really loved him out here. So there is always the possibility that he stays, you know, based on a combination of his strategic decision to share so much information as well as his personality. So we will see. Other blue players vulnerable, Alyssa. Alyssa had, I can't remember if Alyssa said she did hear her name or didn't. She was kind of quiet. But I know obviously she is an option, and there is a potential plan in the works to blindside her. So she is another option as far as the blindside goes. I think, you know, if they were kind of looking for someone to take by surprise, it would be Alyssa. She's had a lot going on in this game. She's had a lot of opportunity for connections with Sarah H, with Bobby, and on the journey. And, you know, I could see Sarah and Bobby maybe wanting to cut her because they don't want to appear like the two of them are super tight as a result of the journey and make people paranoid that perhaps they are a three that are working something. So I could see them trying to kind of, you know, usher that in so that maybe they are safe, because that would be a group of three that potentially people could target once they run out of ideas on who to go for. And then Michael, also vulnerable today. He has not, on this last tribe that he was on, ever gone to tribal council, and so he is also very vulnerable because he does not know where anyone's loyalties lies on his tribe. It's, you know, it's nice to get to chill and play games and, you know, hang out and cook gourmet meals at your beautiful camp, but if you don't have these bonds of voting with people or voting for people, I mean, you can't ever really establish like a true connection. So, you know, that could hurt him here. But reminder that both he as well as Bobby have access to Kim's necklace, and either one of them could bring it up today. All right, I'm moving closer. They are still voting, so I'm just gonna bring it back. I think they're getting nearer to the end. I just wanted to make sure we can't miss all the action, obviously. The merge vote is the whole reason we're here. Oh, and I forgot my water. That would have been sad. Okay, so anyway, so yeah, so Michael is kind of at the point where like he doesn't really have these really super strong allies like forged in fire that a lot of these other players do have because they were vulnerable. And Sarah's in, you know, kind of a similar situation. She does have some pretty good connections elsewhere. And so she might be a little less vulnerable than Michael in that regard, but they both have just been chilling on a tribe that keeps winning. And so, you know, it's great up to a point, and then at a certain point in the game it just really kind of works against you. So yeah, and then that brings us to Sarah and Kyle M. As we had previously maybe thought it was possible that Bennett gave Kyle M an idol, it appears that that was not true, because last round Bennett played the idol on himself just to get it out of the way. I know a lot of people might question, well, you know, like, why would you do that if you didn't need to? But remember that Daniel told Bennett and Sarah that Savannah had told him about the idol, and so I'm sure to Bennett it might have been, you know, more of a liability, and he wanted to get that out there so he wasn't a target. Once people know, it's hard to know just how many people know. So you would never want something like that to come back, and something that was supposed to save you is the reason that you are unsafe. So I think that was pretty, at first glance you kind of question, you're like, why would you do that? But I think it was like pretty wise of him to just throw away the ticking time bomb, kind of, or the hot potato. Just throw away the hot potato. Kyle M and Sarah are original gray. So Sarah talked about not thinking she was vulnerable. I don't know that there's really a plan to go for either of them this round. I believe they will be safe. But of course, you know, anything can crazily change. You never know how things will go. So I think we are almost ready. So I'm going to start heading back in. Ooh, this breeze is so wonderful. Okay. All right, we will head back into Tribal Council. It's going to take a longer amount of time to get over there. Let's see, someone is maybe going off to, okay, so I see Nina is going to vote. She was sitting on the end, so she might be one of the last people. Okay. Let's see. Excellent question. How's Bennett? Is he sleeping okay? Getting enough to eat? Love, Mom. Probably not sleeping okay. I don't think most of the players got good sleep last night. The previous Wiscasset tribe in particular that he is on said that they didn't really get to sleep much. He is about to get enough to eat because, again, they are going to have a merge feast right after this vote. They've got to get through this tough and critical first merge vote, and then they will get to relax. They will get to take a break and feast, which means all of production will also get to take a break and feast as well. So we'll have a little bit of downtime here in the middle of the day. Yeah, so we will see. How is Declan? Where do they stand? So Declan, again, has been on this tribe where they have not gone to any tribal councils and then they merged. So hasn't really gotten to form these super bonds of trust. I was told that they were really excited to team back up with Bobby and Nina, but Bobby and Nina have been together, I think, pretty much the whole game, if I'm not mistaken, and they are really tight, but they are in an excellent position right now. They have a lot of people that really want to be working with them, that they really have their trust, and so I don't know if Declan is really going to be high on their priority list or not, so I'm not really sure. But we will see. Obviously, with the merge comes a chance to reconnect or connect for the first time, and so a lot always can change. A question, so no, to our knowledge, Bennett still has not found the idol. It is actually like pretty close to us when we're, hang on, let me see, I'll show you guys a little closer. Well, I don't know. Yeah, you're not going to see it. So there are some logs at the end of that clearing that you guys can see right there. There is a map, and they have to go 15 paces into the woods to find the idol that is there. And so they have a map. So far, Bennett has not looked for it. Bobby actually, Bobby looked for it last night because Bobby had the clue to tell them about. Bobby and Michael both had a clue telling them that there was an idol or something, that there would be a map hidden in the challenge. They did not get the map, but they decided to just kind of poke around and look anyway. Bobby's been looking in the wrong spots, of course, because he doesn't have a map to guide him. So far no one has claimed that idol, but and no, so this game is actually 5 days. This year we added another day. So last season was only 4 days. This is 5, so the game goes on through tomorrow. All right, walking back into Tribal Council because I believe Cam is going to get the votes now. Wow, what perfect timing. That was exciting. Here comes Cam.
On me. Cam, I really like your necklace. Can I have that?
Cannot have my necklace.
Can I play it as an idol? Can I play the song as an idol?
No.
How about a buoy?
No.
Ship wheel?
No.
What is that? Anchor?
An anchor. No.
Was worth a shot.
Michael did just activate this idol by saying it was worth a shot, and you are allowed to play it on yourself or anyone. It has to be played immediately.
I'm playing it on myself. Thank you.
What?
Do I give it to you?
Give it.
Oh, come on now. That was pretty epic. Alright. I'm playing it on myself.
Wait, did you say no? Oh my god.
Did you know it?
No, I just guessed that, guys. Thanks, Klein.
This idol has been activated and played for Michael. Any votes for Michael will not count.
Come on, 12. Let's go.
I will get to the vote. First vote, Michael. Does not count. Second vote, Michael. Does not count. Third vote, Michael. Does not count.
You're spelling it right at least, thank you, guys.
Fourth vote, Michael. Does not count. Sarah. Blue Sarah. Alyssa. 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 That's 3 votes Alyssa, 1 vote Sarah. Alyssa. the 12th person voted out of Can You Survive 2022, and the first member of our jury, Alyssa. Alyssa, the tribe is spoken.
Good job, Alyssa.
Thank you guys. I had a lot of fun.
All right, we are following Alyssa out down the way here. Alyssa, we are still live. So we will be walking down and then getting all of your initial thoughts.
I'm not even sad that I'm voted out. I mean, I wasn't expecting to make it past like the first tribal council. So the fact that I made it this far is like, I'm just stoked. And this is my first game like this ever. So I'm really happy that I just made it this far, and I'm just happy with the connections that I made and the experience that I had.
Absolutely. Well, I'm so glad to hear it. Congratulations on exceeding your own expectations. That's always so exciting and huge. Something definitely to be proud of. Oh, let's actually maybe go that way, because I think we're blocked a little bit with a lot of cars that are parked there. No, it's fine. We usually go down there, so we're just reconvening. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll just come on over here.
Another game like this, I said I enjoyed the entire experience.
I'm so glad. Let's see. Let's put you in some shade right here, actually, because it is a scorcher out here. So what is going through your mind right now? Emotions, feelings, thoughts?
So I definitely knew that my name was out there, but I also heard a bunch of other names, and I thought for sure, I was like, yeah, I'm probably gonna get at least a couple votes. So I did vote for Michael. I was very sad. I was very in between Dan and Michael, but Dan was my first ally, so I couldn't do that to him. I just couldn't. But Michael had a power move. The fact that he had that idol was really good for him. I mean, good for him for playing it. He definitely knew that he was going to get voted. So, I mean, and if it wasn't me, it definitely would have been him. So I'm happy with the experience.
I'm so glad. And can you speak to it a little bit? You've been out here for 4 days.
So I was mostly worried about like the food, but that has not even been like on my mind. It's almost like a mental thing. Like if you just like, I'm so focused on the game and the challenges. Like out here, you're just so focused on like winning and playing the challenges, and your strategy. It's insane. It's like, it's an experience I've never had before. And camping in the woods is honestly one of my favorite things. So the fact that I just got to like sit around the campfire with a bunch of people I never knew and just bond with them, I thought that was a great experience overall.
I'm so glad. And can you share with us maybe a favorite moment you had out here?
Oh, just one.
As many as you'd like. This is your time.
I honestly, like, I love the OG Blue Tribe. I love that. But last night, I think, was one of the peak nights for me, right after, like, the new swap. And we just bonded so much last night at Red Camp. I mean, we played campfire games. I mean, we laughed. There was just so many fun moments from last night. But I said this whole thing, I'd say, was just great.
I'm so glad to hear it. Well, before we let you go, you were playing for an incredible cause, so this is your chance to shout them out, let the viewers know all about it.
I was playing for the Ronald McDonald House. For anybody that doesn't know what that is, it's a facility that helps for children that are going through, who are terminally ill and are in the hospital a lot, and it helps out their families for anything that they need, if they needed some place to stay or some food or just basically anything. I hate seeing sick kids, and the Ronald McDonald House does a lot for kids who are really ill, and not just the kids but their families as well. I mean, that's, as a family, I couldn't imagine having a young kid and then being in and out of hospitals like almost all the time. So that really hit me hard because I really love kids, so I wanted to help that cause.
Awesome. Well, you definitely have. We will let you know how much money you've raised for them later on, but congratulations on a game excellently played. You got so many cool experiences out here. You found stuff. You got to go on a journey, so I'm so happy.
That was probably like the funnest, actually. That was probably my favorite. I forgot about that. I was so focused on the game. But yeah, the Sunset Cruise was definitely the best perk.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Alyssa. We'll let you go so that you can get something to eat. And again, thank you so much for playing.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So I am stuck in special effects mode. Hang on. All right. So as you heard it here earlier, the Merge tribe is now going to get their Merge feast. So they will be hanging out, getting to finally relax and eat for the first time, and eat something substantial for the first time in quite a while. So we're gonna go ahead and let them do that. We're gonna take an eating break as well. All you viewers get a little downtime, and we will post when we are going back live. And we do have a viewers chat where we also notify you about times we're going live, as well as background information. So if you want to be added, just let us know and we will put you in there. All right, see you a little later on today.